Now, one of the things that was always challenging to me, one of the things I always enjoyed was as I was planning the next model I was going to build was what was the paintwork going to look like and what color would it be and what trim work and letrosets would I use and whatnot. Now, I found a great source and I shared it with people many years ago. What I did, I took several of the Nat's appearance judging videos that I had shot and took little outtakes from them and made up what I call paint job ideas. So somebody looking for some new paint work on their next model could kind of look at this and say, well, let's see how that looked. Let's see how this looked. And there's Casimanato's model, and let's see. What, maybe I like that. Maybe I would like to make the purple red. Maybe I would like to make the white yellow. But having a picture, in this case a video you can look at and get some ideas for the next model you build, well, a good source of that is every year at the national championships, of course, they lay out the planes for appearance judging and concourse judging. And so here they are all waxed up and polished up and under some bright lights. You can kind of get an idea of, gee, if I like that, I don't like that. That always worked well for me. If nothing else, it inspired me. A lot of times I'd be at the judging. Now, I think that this is 208, but I'm not sure about the year on some of these. I can only reference it off of my model. And I'd see, oh, I really like that. Oh, the stiletto has stiletto in blue instead of the scheme less used, or whatever. You can always get an idea. This must be '08. That looks like the Sea Fire there. Maybe not. I don't even know. No, it's a Mustang. Shows you what I know. But anyway, you do get ideas. I'm fooled by the invasion stripes. And I get the idea for color too. Now, some of these colors, you got to kind of custom mix them, or you got to use automotive paint, or whatever. The checkerboard work. I know Mikey Palco, when he was doing his checkerboard work, he had asked me if there was a trick to it. I said, yeah, don't sleep at night. That's the trick. And here, every one of the models, you can get some ideas. I always love to look at the cockpit detailing, among other things. And you can get an idea what would work for your next model. Well, nowadays, there's a lot more choices in color. And back in the day, and many years ago, there was really only about 10 color choices when there was only one brand of dope available or two. And you were really limited. And if you didn't know how to mix it efficiently, it is the Sea Fire. That's the one with the towel under it. And yeah, sometimes I confuse it with a Mustang. Anyway, this is my point. It's Frank McMillan's model here. Frank always had a lot of detailing, impeccable trim work, beautiful paint schemes. Now, I got to fly one of his models when I was in Texas, and this was, wow, was this a good flying model. My hat's off to you, Frank. Some of the people that would have a model that they'd fly year after year after year, well, yeah, you don't have to worry about new paint jobs. But I tried to fly a new model every year for all the years I went to the Nationals, and basically 31 years in a row. And I did. So maybe I skipped 1 year. No, I didn't skip any years. What am I talking about? Maybe I did. I don't even, my memory's shot. At 79, it's shot. But anyway, here's another thing, like the scoops on the front of the model. A lot of times you're looking for a unique little feature or something that's just a little bit different, some different color combinations. And then people like, and it doesn't matter, it's a personal choice thing. Howard Rush replicated his paint job, I think Brett Buck did too, over many times. So a lot of times you had to look at the model for the number on the rudder to see if it was last year's model or a new one. And of course, Howard Rush, one of the top builders and finishers, engineer supreme, among other things, and a really cool guy. But I always had to look at the number on the rudder because it didn't change that much. But some of the people, it was immediately identifiable what year the model was. Oh, that's last year's model. That's this one. And some people I know, what's a personal choice thing? It isn't a contest. Some people chose to fly the same model over and over and over many years, of course, based on how much family time you had available for modeling and whatever. But it was always fun going to appearance judging. And this is the part of it I always liked. I'd get down on my knees and look at some different wheel pan shapes. And a lot of times, and you may laugh at this, on the way out there, it's a 13-hour ride for me each way, I would watch trucks pass, and custom trucks, and these over-the-road trucks that have beautiful paintwork, and a lot of them with all the chrome and chrome wheels, a lot of them had some inspiring paint jobs or color combinations. But I just think this was something that helped a lot of people. When I originally put this together many, many years ago, a lot of people said, wow, what a great idea, you know? And let's be realistic. When you got magazines years ago, you might get a picture of 3 planes or 2 planes, and sometime it was the one that was in a magazine a month ago. So on a video, on a 10, 15-minute video, you can get 100, you can get 200. So what I did, I combined this from several different years, and it's not important what year it is. What's important is to look around and really look at something that appeals to you. And there's Miss Ashley. That's the one with the carbon fiber paint job there, number 38. And I made 2 of them. One, it's a unique little thing. One had a carbon fiber fuselage and a built-up wing. The other one had a carbon fiber wing and a built-up fuselage. And from that point on, I had a lot of planes, the Typhoon, for instance, that had a lot of carbon fiber parts, and planes like the B-25 that were all balsa wood, and the Tiger Cat that was all carbon fiber. So it's crazy. I really liked and enjoyed to build a different plane every year and make it as unique as possible. This is one of the few planes that I tried to do some creative stuff with, and a lot of it worked out pretty good, to be honest. And I remember the fuselage molds for this plane. Dave Midgley helped me make the molds, and he got me the material for it. And I got the Miss Ashley shirt from Gary Levitz's crew after he passed away, in the real Miss Ashley, of course. But every time I look back at the video, I know a lot of people back in this day and age, they were looking at Miss Ashley and there's Midgley's plane, and talk about paint ideas. I know he always used to like ideas that the late Walt Prey used to send him drawings and pictures, and Jose Modesto and Midgley would get together and see who could make the most shades of purple and the most shades of lime green and whatever. This is I think this is Paul Winter's Tsunami. I'm not sure if it is. This is one of the ones. He made a copy of my Tsunami. Maybe this isn't his, but he did make one, a silver one too. Silver is the original color Tsunami was. And every one of the planes here, they bring back memories. Now here's some of the old footage from the 1990 Nats. And going back, way back, I went to this Nats with the late Billy Simons, and there's a unique story here that Jeff Stiefel had built his first real stunt ship this year in my cellar. There's my plane, the Sidewinder. And he had done a very good job. He was a very good craftsman, and I helped him design some paintwork. He came up with the final choice. He did all the paintwork himself. He did all the buffing himself. And he wound up in the front row this year, and everybody there was impressed. Jeff, if you do get to see this video, again, congratulations. I'm still impressed up to this day. But the 1990 Nats was really a special time for me. I had linked up with Billy Simons, and we were flying one of his models. I don't remember which one. I think it was the Shoestring, but I'm not sure. And we just had the best of times. He had gotten a brand new van, and we went out to Muncie in style. And as opposed to going out in my green van with 350,000 miles on it, we had a wonderful time. And looking back at the footage, Bruce Gifford ran the Nats. You can see some of the people in the background. You may recognize yourself. And most of the people that get to watch these videos that I post, they go way back. And that's just the way it is. And looking here, I recognize some of the other models. I recognize Noel. It looks like Noel Drindeck's model, but I'm not sure. Again, I can't really, at 79, I'm not Mr. Jeopardy questions anymore, but and I wasn't that good to begin with when I was younger. But it looks like this was just, I think this is before, yeah, it is before they put the planes in rows. But it's always great looking back at this footage, and it's always great seeing planes that I had already forgotten about. I forgot that. And all of a sudden, oh, hey, you see, I think that's Tommy Niebuhr's model, but I'm not sure. And one of his Falcons. There's always so many nostalgic memories in these old videos, and again, I am so glad that I shot them. Now, another unique thing that I really enjoyed, after they put all the models in the rows and everybody, you know, complained about they should have been one row higher, one row back, he didn't do this, that, do that. There's Stifle in the front row, right next to me. I'm not sure, but I think Kazminato won the concourse this year, but I'm not sure. I don't really remember. But Kaz, either way, a super craftsman, and always a cool guy, and always with the friends that he brought, we always had a great time. But another thing, and it's personal to me, I always like to look at when the guys showed up for the flights, if they had cool matching shirts. That was always one of the things, and if you had a yellow plane, you had to get a yellow shirt. If you had a Mustang, you had to get a Mustang shirt. And Jim Silhavy had a really cool shirt. I heard Silhavy never spends a dime, but look, he must have bought a nice shirt anyway.
I didn't spend a cent on it. Somebody gave it to me.
Oh. Oh. I've been to that. It's nice, isn't it? Turn around. I want to see the shirt again. That is a cool shirt. So if you are seriously looking for some paint job ideas, I try to put as many of them as I could onto a video that's not overly long or boring. Put a little fun commentary in on it. Now, there's one other thing that over the years, I have gotten ideas from so many people. People sent me photos, pictures. We've shared pictures on the internet. And thank you one and all. I have to thank Harold Price's, the late Harold Price's 2 daughters, for donating hundreds of pictures from the good old days. We've already posted them up on our site. You can use the playlist feature to segment out all the model airplane things. In one click of a mouse, you can be looking at several hours of nostalgic pictures just like you have here. Now, a lot of these pictures were donated by other people. The footage itself from a lot of the videos was donated by Ray Dory, and Ray, thank you so much. And putting this together into one package, and I picture back in the days when I was building a model every year. I look back at those years as some of the best years of my life. I was always inspired to look for something new, something different, something nobody else had ever done. I don't know how successful I was. That, of course, is in the eye of the beholder. And maybe you think I was good, or maybe you don't think. It doesn't even matter, because I'm retired and I'm collecting my pension and Social Security. So, and looking at pictures of stunters, virtually every Monday we try to post up a new nostalgic video. I try to get one together from my archives and from things people send in. And Ray Dory has sent me so many videos over the years, and to make these little videos that we post on YouTube possible. So what I'm looking at these, and I'm looking back many years at the national appearance judging, the appearance judging at Brodax. Some of the old pictures I have, of course, back in the day we had really crappy cameras, and now they're a little bit better, but I'm just so glad I have these pictures. And I feel sorry for people. One of the things I always feel really bad about, a lot of people, they're trying to explain to me about a model they had or a paint job they did, and they don't have a photo. Because back in the day, not everybody had a camera, and not everybody took pictures, and not everybody shared them before we had telephones to share and the internet. So having this, it's a priceless little piece of stunt history that, because of the internet and being able to share it on YouTube, I think it's wonderful. I think it inspires a lot of people, and it, over the years, just looking at other people's pictures that they sent me, it always inspired me to want to make something just a little bit different. Now, just another thought, and I know a lot of people, maybe you never think this through. A lot of people will look at a picture just like that and look at it and decide by looking at, is another example, a Billy Werwich type paint job. They'll say, wow, that's too complicated for me. Or you look at a scale model and you say, I want to replicate that paint job, those colors, that trim. Bob Lampione always had creative paint jobs. Rich Jacobone loved Stukas. Everybody that ever built these models left their mark on a hobby in some way. And it's different for everybody. Dave Midgley and Walt Prey, they left just the coloring, the exotic colors they had. Midgley was mixing his own paint and had candy apple colors. Lou McFarland inspired me. My Testarossa was inspired by John Cafaro and a Testarossa. And Les Demet. Doug Moon always had the moon eyes. And there's just, I always loved the twin boom planes. And I always remember the Gobblschwants. And there's so many things about the world of control line stunt that I think a lot of it, if it wasn't recorded by somebody, somewhere, well, recording it is only part of the job. Recording it and putting it in an album, we just posted not long ago Jerry Phelps's photo album. But these pictures, if they're not shared, they go to the grave with you. And that's a shame. I wonder how many people have passed away, and somewhere in their collection of things, there's a drawer full of pictures. And thanks, Barry, for making that sweeper. That inspired me. I don't know. And of course, Al Raby with the Bearcats, Joe Adamusco with the design of the Spitfires, and over the years, the Red Baron. Oh my God. Without these pictures, a lot of these things you just forget. And what happens, and again, I'm 79 as I'm putting this together, what happens? You tend to forget. All of a sudden, you see a photo or a picture or something. You say, oh, I remember that. Oh my God, that was great. Oh, I just always remember. And I spent my whole life from 1987 to today. That's a lot of years. And I shot a lot of video and edited a lot of video. A lot of it is not high quality video, but it's good enough to remind me of the wonderful times I've been blessed to have in the world of modeling. And I've been blessed with something even more important. I've been able to share it through the videos, through my own videos, and through YouTube. So if you enjoyed the video, even better. And guys, one and all, thanks so much for watching.